other way to put it out there. Sorry for your ears.
Oh no.
I'll eat the fine.
They're
It's
bleeding.
all good.
What have you done to me?
Let's go ahead and get ready to get into the action. Toronto, are you ready to get our last team into the playoffs?
Quick start here. Team Liquid looking to push the pace. They're already TP'd in. They're already blast packed in. And they have control of this site. It's going to have to be a full-on retake for PRX.
Decent amount of spam damage has been taken. 3 players tagged up here on the side of Liquid.
Spike plant.
Something needing a bit. Already in position here. Trying to go for the retake on PRX, but they're already losing out on 2 players. Divide will peel one back as Pico will be taken out of the fray here. Moving on to the corner though. It's going to be Divide have to do it all. Can't get it done. 3 players surviving. Liquid find the opening pistol here on Split.
I think the pace catching PRX a bit off guard there. And they just stacked up all in screens trying to make a retake, and that's just a crossfire's dream for Team Liquid. They've got players on every angle, and they just are willing to peek that while PRX is trying to figure out how they're going to make this retake go, how they're going to use their util. By the time they're getting to that stage, they're already getting cut down.
Let's go.
And that's a great start for Team Liquid, especially going up against this PRX team who has done really well in the past against some of the EMEA teams, especially the first time they face them. Oh, there it is.
Trying to get an orb, trying to get a push out, but Team Liquid just absolutely cut them down the size. Nice little headshot here from Divide with that Sheriff. Stops it from being flawless, but exit out event is going to be watched. Spam starts coming through, and it looks like he's just going to go ahead and look to reroute. At the same time, Kiko wanting to go on the prowl, try to find this elimination, which would put him just 1 charge away from having a showstopper.
Exactly.
Ooh. He will find it too. Kiko off to the races. And if he can find an orb, it's going to be a showstopper as Liquid will be looking to convert a bonus.
Yeah, I love the game plan here for Liquid to start. Just come out swinging. And yeah, PRX tries to use this toxic screen to their advantage to grab an orb, but Team Liquid already in place, just mowing players down.
One enemy remaining.
Crazy to think. This is the first time that Nats has ever played PRX on a stage. It's wild to think that, considering how many internationals he and PRX have been at. And that was one of the big things on my mind coming into this. How are they going to handle that, you know, on both sides of the equation? Nats being a phenomenal IGL now. Good flash there.
And Camo is taking the fight. Not ready for the second layer, though, at a ramp. So Jing does manage to trade it back, but Kiko breaks things wide open. Straight up into the A side as Patman falls. Jing gonna try to lurk around the back, but Nat's watching for this, waiting in anticipation and winning it out. Spectre be damned, he finds the kill.
Bring them down.
And that pretty much seals the deal on this bonus getting converted.
I would think this should be a save at this point. Forsaken and Divide.
Toxins going up.
Maybe going for some damage here.
Kiko lingering within the smoke, the corner hold here from Serial. Comes up with the goods, and now it's just Divide. Will not be able to find a damn thing. Team Aces, Team Liquid, get themselves a 3-0 start here on Split.
It's a bit concerning. I think one of the things that I really liked about Team Liquid, especially watching their match against MIBR yesterday, was the coordination that they have. You know, you heard Nats talking about it in one of the quick glimpses we got into their comms, where he said, you know, call it out. If they're left, we go left. If they're right, we go right. You know, whatever we're doing, let's make sure we do it as a team. And you're already seeing that tremendous coordination from Team Liquid here to start. And PRX is trying to spread the map a bit, go for some one-and-done plays, trying to use their natural talent to get some advantages, but Team Liquid is way ahead of them right now. Well, there you go. Okay.
Peter of a shot, a little bit short on that haunt, but still able to find an opening kill. Getting on the board in thrifty fashion would certainly be a PRX maneuver. There's something peeking there from the box, just a classic in hand. Opts to go ahead, back away, give up a bit of space, and then try to escort the rest of the team forward. The flashes try to fly. Not getting the full blind, but the paranoia will certainly do the job. Slows up the approach here. The shots start connecting. 2 more kills gonna be found for the side of PRX, and Kiko down to 6 HP. But PRX now in a fantastic position to convert this.
Great adjustment from PRX, and a good opener kill. Able to find that by Patman's way. That really opens things up. I mean, Kiko.
Enemy remaining.
Yep.
Bucky shall strike them down. MasterCard thrifty confirmed. PRX sparing themselves some blushes from the previous 3 rounds.
Yep. That's about right for PRX. Why save when you have 100 credits and 0 credits between your two last players when you have rifles, when you can just go through and win thrifties like this? I mean, it's just the PRX way, and you just have to ride the wave.
Remaining.
That's hugely fine serial first, because Kiko just dead to rights at that point with 6 HP. Able to take down the full health Kiko there very quickly.
Just awarded 3 more rounds of lifetime to Alex's desk, and there's another solid opening kill. Something on the peek out in the main gets rid of Nats, and Nats on the floor. For PRX players, it's going to feel like the rest of this round should be a bit more breezy.
Poison's off.
This is... Ooh. That's what you need from something. You need that operator to come alive.
Mr. Worldwide just shifting around from A to B. Those first 2 kills, Kiko will be able to answer one back. Had attack. Look to make a run of this, try to make it as costly as possible. Slim up the bankroll here from PRX, but where does he decide to go is the question. Operator's going to be sliding back in towards garage here. Something on the angle. Ready to bring this one to a swift conclusion, and he shall. 3K. It's PRX their second round win.
Yeah, this is what you really need. The game plan for PRX in the first round hasn't changed to now. It's just they're converting on these opening kills. They're getting that advantage, whether it be Patman, Sheriff, or here something operator. That's really what they need to get going. Got to find those man advantages on this defender side. Don't let Team Liquid get into those post plants. They are going to likely shut you out, no matter how good your retakes are. You have some options now. You could play for a retake here because you've got some of the ults to do so. As PRX, a couple ults for Team Liquid as well. And they're going to send it right off the rip with the Dimensional Drift. Kamo out there. He's not going to see too much. Wide open A site.
Spot on the one, maybe a glimpse there onto Divine. He's going to try to push the pace here. Get in on top of this. Yoru who takes him low but cannot take him down. Camo surviving 33 HP. Patman closely encroaching here. Nats around the corner. Dealt with there. Pat attack. They fall. The Nightfall's going to be committed. He'll be able to avoid that, so they might not be too certain, but there you go. That's all the confirmation you need. A gun barrel going to be spotted. Showstopper not able to find it. The defuse being held. There you go. Peeks out looking for a bit more. We'll just be met with death, and suddenly we are tied up 3-3.
That's a huge win for PRX, and their aggression here as Team Liquid is trying to get the spike planted is what wins them the round. Devi sacrificing himself for the cause. Then Patman and Forsaken finding a nice crossfire angle with Patman being right at Devi's heels. Something there to clean it up at the end. That's what they need. Disrupt Team Liquid on those timings.
Boys,
that's where you're going to start winning the round.
Plenty of cash now for PRX. That's just going to be the pit infested here in mid. Playing back around the corner, obviously don't have to be concerned about a showstopper, and something peeks in. Cyril's holding the angle, but something finds the headshot.
Saw the shoulder of the Yoru clone, and he knew it the whole time, knew it the whole way. TP's going around him.
Spots it out, he's trying to clear it. Not able to do so, still potentially a vulnerability here, but it looks like Forsaken is going to sprint over to go ahead and deal with it.
Good. That really opens up the map a bit more for them. Something holding the line at B. They can lean more towards A now, and they know it. It's going to be a bit of a fake attempt here, a 2-2 split for Team Liquid on this attack to try to get it going.
They do have the pick now coming through. Patman going to be taken out, and with that elimination, they say, okay, just try to send it across. Do they back off of this now? Looks like the answer is going to be no. Still committing to this rotation towards the A site as Jing going to get timing by Nats.
30 seconds
Brings
left.
it now into a 3v3. Dimensional Drift available for something. They try to go for the retake, but Forsaken filling the site. Gets that full blind onto Kiko. Nats now dealt with. And Patatek, in likelihood, should just go for the save. The smoke dissipating. Time not going to be on his side. Gets the spot on the something. Forsaken will be there for the cleanup. PRX now, 4 rounds consecutive. They get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, they're really starting to take map control. Obviously, the Viper's Pit helps here. Make sure that mid is unassailable. Forsaken finds a really big kill there from screens, and then repositions. Gets away from the paint shells that was coming his way. It makes Kiko pay. Gets a 3K to boot. That's gonna ring out a timeout from Team Liquid. They want to try to figure out what they're going to line up here for a big hit through Garage. And PRX has got quite a few players of their own to try to block this up. C's at the ready.
Just waiting out the clone here. Trying to see if they get any more noise coming their way. Crash set, cleared, flash. Does go through. C's going to be on the back there. A bit delayed from the nade. Get the spot out here onto Kiko. They want to try to flush him out. Jing does manage to spray down too.
Down, B.
Weapon going to be upgraded. Showstopper online for Kiko. And suddenly this round, it might have just turned on its head. If he can isolate one, the Showstopper could all but guarantee the kill on the other.
He's trying to figure out where that operator was. Was worried it might be up in B heaven. But he's actually going to dodge the players of PRX. Devi considering, do I go over to A? Do we try to split this 1-1? We just maintain this B hold.
I think they know that he's going to have that ult online now, so they have to try to play together. Obviously don't want to stack up on the approach, but Kiko will make the right decision by going for the full rotate. There's a real chance of converting this into a round victory.
Absolutely. With that Showstopper,
30 seconds left.
you got to be so aware of. No TPs for something. Suppose it could use a dimensional drift here.
Has to get there the old-fashioned way, but yeah, dimensional drift might be a decent way to try to get the spot out and avoid at least one getting taken down to the Showstopper.
Trying to make noise, trying to bait out that Showstopper with patience being shown.
Hasn't swapped weapons. Likely just have to rely on the sidearm here. Gets the spot out. Showstopper immediately going to be set. They can try to wait this out. Does buy a decent amount of time. Something out of the dimensional drift, taken down. Kiko holding on the angle. Devi needing to get the clear, and he cannot. It's a Red Bull clutch from Kiko. As Team Liquid tie us up.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how they can work around that angle that Kiko's holding. They just can't quite find the opportunity. Pulls the Showstopper at a great time. Something coming out of the dimensional drift into an area where Kiko can get the rocket to land and fall right back to the safety of cover. And Devi left in that 1v1 where Kiko's holding the angle. And that is a nice round for Team Liquid. They are going to have a couple more ults as well. You're talking about that cycle. Now you've got a pit and a cosmic divide.
Take some aggressive space and trying to find a catch here on the Nats. Just going to go ahead and scoop up that orb 2 charges away from a Showstopper as something clears out the gate crash here at backside. Holds him at bay for now. Another one going to be sent though, and Devi, perfect position, trying to find the punish for Kiko again! Absolutely destructive! 2 quick kills. Something's position now known. Kiko gets the drag across, another 3K for him. Player advantage in the hands of Team Liquid. Spike forward, opposite side of the pillar. Forsaken just cycling these smokes as Jing gets himself up into heaven, catches a glimpse of one. Cannot find the kill, nor a lick of damage. On the repeat though, Serial taken down out of backside. Forsaken avoiding the haunt. Here's the tap, swings in on a perfect timing. Now comes down to Nets, but Jing is there. Quickly playing off his fallen teammates. PRX reestablish a lead.
This is beautiful coordination here between Forsaken and Jing. Never overcommitting to their angles. Forsaken doing a good job being elusive, TPing into a smoke, moving out of it as it's about to dissipate, dodging the haunt, throwing another smoke of his own, and they have no idea that he's going to be so close to stop that plant. Jing hits a real banger there onto Serial with the Phantom from afar, right there for that crossfire, dropping down right as Forsaken wants to swing. Absolutely beautiful work between those two, the longtime teammates.
Still neck and neck though here between these two squads.
There.
Very much a shared effort from the side of PRX, just 1 kill separating the top from the bottom. There's Kiko's got his carry pants on. And Devi just get taken down. Angel try to open up a bit of space here in heaven. Forsaken on the reposition. It's in behind the box, avoids the haunt. But this is going to be Liquid just pumping the brakes and starting to explore opposite side of the map. Cutting across now through the sewer, and Batman on a walkabout. He will end up behind them, but does he get the read?
They're not making any noise. If they had made any noise at all in sewers, he would have been very, very aware, but he is suspecting that they have gone to the other side of the map. Continues to lurk in that direction. Granted, he'll have that angle open. Now that Cosmic Divide is going to give away the script.
Onto the A side, does allow him to sprint forward a little bit before he has to worry about making noise here. Seems Serial classic in hand, going to be the first point of contact. He's going to try to get through. Pit now invested from Nats. There's the backstab coming through. Just disrespecting this as Forsaken pushes forward, but he thought that he finished the kill there. On to Camo, doesn't it getting taken down, but something quickly trades it back. The Pit's still going to be a major concern here for the side of PRX. Push forward, Kiko shut down. It's just Nats now with a ghost. There's something up onto the Raptors. We'll be able to find him. Lead now stretched. PRX get up to 6.
Yeah, this is so crucial here that Patman finds that timing on the lurk. He has been so good at that, especially on Icebox in this event. Now showing you that he can open it up on different maps. That creates that extra angle that they really, really needed. Pulling out the gun. Got there just in time. Forsaken there. Couldn't quite find the second, but did enough damage. Kiko, let's go for the timing off the util. Not going to happen. You know, some ultimate
frustration on that. Sometimes you think you got enough bullets through. It's back into a buy, and Kiko is going to be bringing an attack up to bear.
Surprisingly, no op for PRX. Could definitely afford one.
Cover going out.
Attempted setup here. Trying to get the catch onto that lurking Viper.
Who's next?
Dimensional drift to start. Camo pushing forward, trying to get the scout out. Onto spot, onto something, tries to go for the exit, but he is just not out at all. Why they're in the hall, Jing, he's out lurking Nats. Nightfall now, avoided by 1, a catch on to 2. They have to backpedal and give it the off investment. They might just look to save. Able to find 1. Jing going to be taken down here in mid, but the rest of the team refills the space. The spike now stranded.
Mid.
Backing away now. Saying, okay, you guys can grab that spike. We've got numbers. Let's make sure we're playing for trades. Maybe PRX guesses wrong a bit on which site, but they're just going to sit and spawn and look for that lurk. They're one player unaccounted for, maybe in their minds as well. I feel like they got to make sure that they know where it's at. But as we can see, this may actually just be a save.
The players worlds apart with just 18 seconds remaining. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and hold on to this, and I mean, you can take a look. The economy is in a very poor spot at the moment here for Team Liquid.
10 seconds left.
With 50 creds on Camo. We need these carried over weapons to find some impact going into this next round, but with this win here, PRX guarantee themselves a lead at the half.
Yeah, you're going to have some pretty nice ults, though, for Team Liquid. You're going to have a showstopper. You're going to have a Nightfall.
Last round.
Working into this next round. You most likely have a showstopper. You're 1 away. So there's a good chance that Kiko's going to find it. Great read there by something.
Still had time on the ult as well. It's just...
Thought he was safe.
Yeah, just a misread.
Might have been something that PRX noticed in a VOD. That's where he likes to get out of that dimensional drift. They were just ready for it. Judge for Forsaken.
Maybe looking to get aggro here in Garage. Try to just maybe TP forward. Get in deep. By the way, yep, smoke is going to be pushed through. He can hold the doors. Boombot does get the reveal here on Serial.
Now you should really be able to kind of put some pressure down on other parts of the map as PRX, but they're playing pretty passive on A and B side. They've completely ceded over mid-control. Divide's just going to play a little bit back towards stairs. Team Liquid, slow but sure, working their way forward. Nat's going to try to counter lurk, remembering what Patman did previously. But for now, PRX playing very patient. They want to get this judge going.
Shadows traveling.
Big presence here in mid. Peek towards the vents, Prowler. Not spotting anything there for Patman. Liquid now in a position where they can go for a quick pivot if they don't like what they're seeing on this B site.
Toxins going up.
Serial at the moment, his work absolutely cut out for him.
I think this Nightfall's gonna whiff.
30 seconds left.
It's going to whip.
Hit anybody.
That's going to encourage them to now push forward. The drop down, swing out from Jing. Off the back of the paranoia
Spike
sent from
down,
Forsaken, who still holds down Garage. That's able to fight back for one, but Jing gets himself a third, and something cleans up the rest. 8 and 4 at the half. PRX with one hell of a recovery.
Crazy to think that Team Liquid only got one round after winning the bonus, and PRX came storming back on their defender side.
Good position to be in here for PRX on their map pick, but it is a Liquid after all. We'll see how they fare as they swap over to the defending side and come back after halftime.
One enemy remaining.
More than some of the other situations we've seen them in the past.
PRX going to go for a bit of protection here, it would seem. Half armors on most of the players, aside from Devi. Jing with a frenzy, to try to run them down. Gets the headshot on the Patatek, but Patatek answers back. Goes headshot, gets the cleanup. He'll fall down to 22, but keeps himself alive. So full pivot here from PRX, but Team Liquid kind of on top of this. Have a triple stack set up, pushing now in towards Mail.
Not a bad idea, but Patatek just outplays Jing there. PRX trying to do a little bit of a fake, a little bit of a double take, but Team Liquid has rotated over. Might have a good opportunity. A weak Patatek here on B site. They can get through quick. He might be able to get a plant down and make it a 4v4.
Just keeping it quiet. Finds himself another headshot. Forsaken. Down to 20. Swing up the corner, and Patatek sprawling them here. This team will go 2-0 in pistols. Take that first step towards recovery here on split.
Well, half armors didn't make too much of a difference there.
Definitely not.
That was just really clean shooting, especially Patatek. God, that's good. That's so hard to do, especially as Jing gets a headshot on the way through. And they just get that crossfire from B Heaven. Start mowing players down, and yeah, that one's frustrating.
Unblinking there for Mind Freak, just staring in disbelief. Now Outlaw brought forward here, full investment from the side of Liquid, so any casualties will be costly. And that's once again with a Spectre. Looking here in the mid, gets the transfer. Something and Forsaken both can take it down very swiftly. Clear the haunt, Jing out wide. That's for the 3K, looking for 4. Devi will be able to shut him down a bit.
Concealment.
Pulling off a Thrifty from here, looking nigh impossible. That being said, Batman does continue to make this worse and worse overall for Liquid. Kiko will find the final 2 shots. So a couple weapons going to be lost here. And still going to be Team Liquid closing out the anti-eco.
Yeah, Nat's there. So stalwart. Just holding the line with that Spectre. Taking in something, trying to make something happen.
Enemy remaining.
And then Kiko, good angle.
Okay,
And an Outlaw cleans it up, and maybe Alex wanted more players to push Nats. I think that was maybe the plan there, is to just run him down and see what happens. Neither here nor there, as we now have all rifles for the side of PRX, and not too bad still. I mean, that Outlaw not going to find any value, as there is everybody with, well, it could find value, but everybody's got full armors on the side of PRX. Making a bit of noise as they're starting to line up for this hit, but you've got Team Liquid set in, and they're dug in.
3 players in position as the clone eats the damage. Patatek taken down to 46 behind it, but Jing, once again, a casualty. Some counter spray from Forsaken will be able to flush the enemy fade out of the smoke. Team Liquid now needing to rotate the full forces across. Concern about a potential late flank here, but we'll soon find out that everyone from PRX situated over towards the side itself. Patman with a nice headshot, able to find camo. That's going to be cleaned up. There's 2 players remaining here. Spot onto Kiko comes through. Patman finds himself another. 0 with a recovered Vandal from his fallen teammate. Will only be able to pull 1 back. A little bit of damage going to be found, but PRX this time are able to deny the bonus conversion.
I got a bit concerned there initially with PRX trying to force their way up into A Heaven. And that clone body blocks perfectly for Patatek, but Forsaken able to track him down, and then Forsaken sees sees that there's two players here at the top of ramp, calls immediately for reinforcements to swing over to help him out. Patman, Johnny on the spot in this round. Does a really nice job. That's going to give PRX a 3-round lead. Team Liquid, though, can't quite buy up full. The Bulldog and a Stinger there, a couple of their players. This PRX going to have the advantage in firepower. They're taking their time, trying to see what kind of response they get. Get the Haunt, even get a Prowler out from Team Liquid. So that's not too bad in terms of utility that gets thrown their way. Now they're going to cut noise. Think about this B hit, but a couple of Astra Stars here right at the front. You've got two players. Yeah, two players up in B heaven. Got to make sure that's somehow accounted for.
Sees Nade going out. Paranoia not getting the connection there. Grab well. Away here from Serials. Patman, it's the Nightfall line with that orb take. Seems like PRX, maybe a pump fake out, but at the very least, not going to go barreling into this B site quite just yet.
They're going to try to create a bit of a crunch here. Maybe. Nope, they're going to back off. They don't like it. They're going to try what they did on that pistol round again. Got to wait for Forsaken smokes to cycle in. They just do.
Face your fear!
Nightfall towards heaven. They're going to connect 1-to-1. Haunt, spin away, Kiko's position here. As Jin goes barreling forwards, able to find the headshot, something covering fire, cleaning up two. Camo arriving, peeking, finds the kill. Patman now, left to his own devices. Spots out the enemy Yoru. Trying to flush him out, the Prowler. Firming presence from the other player. Tries to fake the plant, but he's just completely, utterly surrounded. Team Liquid deny double digits here from PRX.
Yeah, I think for PRX here, getting a little too thoughtful, to be honest. They probably just could have gone for this hit a little bit sooner, or I liked the original idea that I saw them trying to go forward. They were going to try to push B heaven, because that angle is really giving them problems here on this defender side. The Team Liquid players have been really good at getting those crossfires to go and really good at shutting the PRX executes down on that side of the map. And now you're going to be down onto a weaker buy for PRX. He's an outlaw for something. Divide does have enough for a Phantom. Shotgun for Jing.
That outlaw can find some value. Serial does have half armor. As the Bucky, it's going to be a colossal whip. Doesn't manage to find Nats at all. Dodges every little pellet there. As Orb dropping into mid, and it's just a firing squad for Nats and Patty to take advantage of. Spike now dropped out here in the center. Both players full armor, as this is a heavy stack. Does get the hit on the Patty Tech to take him low, but Nats on the creep forward, catches the buy off guard. Team Liquid within touching distance, just one round from tying things up.
I'm curious to see if this is where we get a timeout from PRX. Starting to feel like kind of not sure of themselves here on this attacker side.
Which is uncharacteristic.
Exactly, that's exactly it. And I think maybe this is one of those ones where you need to just say, hey, we need to go at them. We need to come out with some confidence. You know, we've got the dimensional drift, so we can go for a big set play off the rip. Try to really just not trades, get into an ult cycle of their own. They're not too far away from a showstopper themselves.
Might have some fighting here around B, though. Look at this stack. Everyone from Team Liquid other than Nats.
I think we saw after the last time out, both teams want to try to fight over this garage control.
Prowler cleared something about the spot out. Just let everyone know, doesn't push in. Showstopper attempt to send it there. This can come down, Camo with two. Something still creeping forward. His head just kind of completely off guard. That's it, started the rotation. He is nearby. Here's the spike getting planted. Can he do the most Nats thing ever and clutch this out? A 1v3. Well, Jing has a showstopper. Takes a peek around. Glimpse onto one as Snakebite goes bounding forward, but something can just ride the rope out to safety. Jing on the right side does have the kill. PRX, the timeout works a treat. Once again, shove back Team Liquid.
Yeah, but I love this from PRX. They get a little bit of contact. They're able to sneak Forsaken around to another position where Team Liquid isn't ready for him, even though Camo able to find a couple big kills. In the meantime, something uses his ult to take control of B, finds out that there's nobody up there, is able to set up an extra angle for PRX. So just a little bit of a pause into an acceleration, and now you've got almost every ult possible for Team Liquid other than the showstopper that was just used. Showstopper for Jing as well. But a lot to consider for PRX in this round.
Prowler sees nothing. Flash forward into the gate crash. Had a tech headshot through the box. Taken down so very low. And there's a barrel stop onto Camo with the rocket. Finds the kill. Nat's going to be spotted. Jing not going to go for the chase. Go trying to push forward, but Nats, in all of the chaos, does manage to swing in from behind. Finds that pick. Jing gone. Forsaken ADS'd in.
What an angle.
Cleans up the Viper.
Concealment.
Player advantage now to the side of PRX. And had you been able to find that kill on a Forsaken, had Nats not gotten taken down, feel pretty good about committing some ultimates in this to try to turn the tides of this. But instead, it's going to have to be the call to save because the economy is just not in a fantastic position. Team Liquid have to just sit back and watch as PRX get up to 11.
Yeah, this is a tremendous entry here by Jing with his showstopper. Finds huge value in taking Camo out of the round. That's that dimensional drift for the retake gone. That's a bunch of flashes and other util gone. And then Jing, even though he dies for the cause, he buys enough time for the rest of his team to get onto the A site, get that plant down. And what a cheeky angle that Forsaken takes there to get that kill onto Nats. He's been really creative with his positioning here on Omen on this map. He has profited, and just nothing you can do there. Okay, Nats gets his one, but
Honestly, Jing did Camo a bit of a favor by taking him out so quickly. You can see that dimensional drift was about to come through. Was an opportunity.
Team Liquid needs to get that comeback started. They still have all of those ults that they had in the previous round.
See how they try to utilize them. Just be a send off the rip as you hear a bit of noise here in mid. Be good early information for them, but if it's not going to be the case, a couple Guardian shots going through. Nats gets a tag.
Yeah, you're real wary of traps here. Saw this a little bit from Team Liquid against MIBR, where at some of these choke points, they would set up for these util combos that would just wreck a team's day. And we've already seen what they can do. Some of these crossfires here. PRX gonna try to cut through again, using that poison cloud against them.
Flash out as that does end up dropping. Something stunned up here for the moment, but no one in position to try to find the punish there. Dimensional drift in play, but teammates falling down around him. Camo having to backpedal himself out the alley safely this time around as the Nightfall's gonna go across. Decay damage found. Camo re-entering, swings in, instantaneously finds a headshot. As Forsaken gets put on the floor, we enter into a 3v3. Looks for a little bit more. The wide swing from something. Outdoes it. Gets the job done once again. Back off here from Patatek. Nats approaching from heaven. Patatek able to find one, but Patman challenges in for the fight. Instantly finds the kill, and PRX
Match point.
shrug off the timeout, get themselves the map point.
And the economy's still gonna be a little bit funky. It's gonna be one Guardian having to be bought here for Team Liquid. Something with the some swing gets Camo, and that is a difference maker in that round. And Patman couldn't convert on the pull-off of the spike plant previously. This time he's good for it. And that's got Divide fired up.
4 rounds in a row needed here for Team Liquid. This is going to be a pit to go ahead and lock off mid. Try to limit PRX's options, but looks like they have very much settled their sights on A.
Face your fear.
Fall not going to spot anything. All players playing up in towards heaven, as well as the vents. Wide open here for the taking. Cosmic Divide, maybe a counterfeit available. As he does get taken down, Patatek able to go ahead and collect that one over towards screens. But not finding the reveal. Clear on the blast pack, spam through. Camo taken so very low. Just 1 HP remaining on him, but he's still managing to find 2 kills. Patman and Forsaken both going to be taken down. All falls to Jing, turns back in, finds the first. Another paint shell going to be built up, but he's looking for another weapon perhaps to use. Either way, swings the corner to his demise. As things get chaotic, Team Liquid keep themselves in this map.
But that's the end of the ult well for Team Liquid. They had to use everything to get this to go. And they do, and Camo, absolutely
One
ridiculous stuff there. So low HP, and just swings out
enemy remaining.
with a beautiful spray transfer.
7 HP overall, decayed to 1. Unbelievable. It looks like Jing, still a smile on his face, still feeling comfortable, but you have to suspect that Alex is not feeling the same way backstage.
He gambled a bit, paid the
This
price.
one end right there and then, but 3 more chances here for PRX to stop that OT.
This isn't a guaranteed hit for PRX. They're just looking to see if they can put these shotguns to good use. Spike though. Oh, gotta be careful there.
Yeah, judge at that range, not gonna do a whole lot of anything. Backs away, just get the paint shell out. So for his boldness, Jing does get rewarded a bit.
He gets the boombot and the paint shells out of that, so it's a lot of impact util on a retake. That's on a timing, suspecting that maybe PRX has taken control of Mail, and he is correct. Buy some time.
Backs away from the angle. Paranoia going to be sent, not going to catch that on to Nats, but it's going to be Demise something coming away with 1. Serial
Serial!
back sight, finding himself 2 kills. Makes it a 2v2, but now there's going to be a pit in play. Spike picked up Forsaken. Rotates over, gets the plant, has the ult as well to go on a scouting mission. It's Camo immediately dropping down. He's trying to fake it. He's just sprinted into back sight,
Oh
and they
my
have
God.
absolutely no idea. The retreat forward, Devi's been outdone! Patty fight Forsaken! And my God! Team Liquid are making a go of this.
Unbelievable! The fake clone works a tree. The confidence to do that in that moment. Unbelievable.
It's such a gamble, because if it's anybody else other than the Viper, they likely try to clear it. But Devi doesn't want to give the position away. They don't want to shoot at it. And he actually managed to pull it off on an international stage.
Nice! It's my clone!
That is so damn smart.
Now you've got PRX on an eco. 1 away from a dimensional drift, couple away from a showstopper. The ult cycle looking decent for both teams, actually.
Quick exit, Paranoia already committed, and Patatek holding down ramps. Camo ready to pinch in from behind, goes for the strike. Devi can provide another at the same time. As the dust will settle, Patman alone. Has to clutch this out to bring this map to an end. He's got Serial. Matt's on the opposite side. 72 HP, 1 Prowler, 1 Haunt.
He's had some clutches in Pacific. He can do it.
Toxins going up.
Plays it quiet. Back of sight here behind the screen. Double push forward out of the elbow. Swings in, is good for 1, but cannot get the other. Serial survives, as does Liquid. We're now 1 round away from taking this into OT.
And this is going to be a wild final round of regulation on this map. There are going to be a bunch of ults in play. Patty Tech again,
Screen down.
able to hold the line on the defensive side. Devi gets 2. Camo striking, being a difference maker on that Yoru once again.
Nice!
They've got a real chance, and I think, yeah, absolutely, you would want a timeout here as PRX. You still had 1 more. Talk about some kind of A exec. This is going to be the strong side, it looks like, for Team Liquid. Obviously, the TP there for Camo to get out of dodge if necessary. Something going to try to create a little bit of an info gathering mission here for himself.
Hasn't spotted anything there. Nat's able to back away fast enough. Running out of time with the A site open, so won't get punished, but also doesn't spot out anyone at all, including Kiko. Showstopper now invested as Jing's flying at him, and he's dead. As it explodes erupts beneath his feet. Keiko looking for the ace, and he has it! What a round! An ace from the Rays of Team Liquid takes us into overtime.
Unreal stuff from Kiko. He is masterful in the moment. Team Liquid, 4 rounds in a row to send it to overtime. And it comes off of an ace. The dimensional drift doesn't see a thing. All of Team Liquid is hidden in their positions, and it isn't read quickly enough by PRX to do anything about it. Jing tries to blast pack ahead of the showstopper, couldn't get high enough. The ups weren't there. And unbelievable scenes here in Toronto.
And he effectively does it all by himself. That is going to have PRX reeling, but they don't have time to try to recover fully as Panatek swings in, takes down something as he forced up for the operator. Jing now gone. Both duelists dead. Here on the defense. These Liquid are going to look to try to make this a very quick OT. Double push down in towards mid. Forsaken and Device, shoulder to shoulder. They're trying to clear this out, but yeah, they're just hugging back. Waiting for it with a triple stack high-low.
Just felt like Nats has a read there.
Download complete.
PRX wanted to get too aggressive. You know, they were trying to fly high in some of those rounds. And off the rip here, with so many players in mid trying to create pressure, he just got the vibes. And he was ready to rock and roll. 2 players for PRX left to try to do something about this 5-man stack that Team Liquid is going to bring to bear.
30 seconds left.
Right on a timing. Big crash forward, Divide.
Player standing.
Trying to rush forward, catch them off guard, but there's just too many players on the opposite side. They haven't lost anyone. Padman now would need to ace clutch. Can only take the first step. Team Liquid. 5 rounds consecutively get themselves the lead. Map point now there's 1 away from stealing PRX's map pick.
Kill right there from Panatek. That Prowler may be enough to kind of something guessing. Yeah, there's 3 players there.
Enemy remaining.
Forsaken, not gonna go well. And Camo really coming alive here in some of these rounds towards this 5-round run that Team Liquid has strung together. Kiko as well, of course, still absolutely going crazy.
More off force, but it's something dead again. This time Jing is able to answer back. A kill, finds a second. Player advantage here for PRX as they look to try to extend this OT. Devi tagged up. Now Kiko's position going to be confirmed. Paint shells will find a bit of additional damage there onto the enemy Viper.
Spike planted.
Spike now planted. PRX 4v3 to try to hold this, but Kiko covering fire, finds the buy. Jing is still able to clean up one. Showstopper going to be lobbed in towards heaven, and Jing now on for an ace of his own. Serial tucked in around the corner. Trying to utilize the smoke here against him, pushes forward in case the angle's going to be from screens, but here's the drop. Swings in, looks for it, denied. Serial now with an opportunity to try to bring this to its end, but Forsaken says no. 13-13. This OT will continue.
Switching sides.
Unbelievable. Jing's turn to step up to the plate and potentially change the destiny of this map. Opens up solid spray, catches Camo, had it in his mind that Camo had tried to lurk through that particular screen before.
Player standing.
And that showstopper on point. And a sigh of relief there for Forsaken.
Tricky angle to try to get value out of that one. Manages to weave it through.
Toxins going up.
Tied up once more. Chance for PRX to try to retake the lead.
Toxin screen down.
Liquid wanting to stop that from happening. Orb does get taken. Forsaken. He pings it out.
Just knows.
He reads it precisely, but doesn't try to go for any real spam damage there with that judge. Wants to stay planted in position here and catch them off guard later. In the meantime, though, Liquid. Quick investigation, 3 players. Rotating in, get the quiet drop down through the vent.
I think a lot of this is off that early Omen smoke that was deep outside of Garage. They feel like this might be the weak side, and they've read it correctly.
Something potentially at risk here. That's a gate crash that would take him out to safety. If anybody just peeked out from heaven, he'd be dead to rights. Because at the moment, does not have the read on this, but now certainly does. The util starts to fly. But here comes the approach in from main, and Team Liquid are just playing around, playing these angles so beautifully. Hatman gone, just Divide, Forsaken, and Jing.
Then,
3 OGs to try.
look who's lurking.
close this out, but yeah, and they have to know. There's not much that they can do about it here for the moment. He's thinking about the turn back, and there's the timing. That's striking when you least expect. Divide, last one standing. Bit of damage. Just to wait out the vulnerable. A 1v2. If he can isolate, break through this opening corner here, but he's not even reading it. Patatek will take him down. Spam the ground. Liquid once again in control.
Where are you? Switching sides.
Just those early kills again for Liquid. And it's something here left on an island. Just not aware of the negative space that had been given up. Not aware that they had gotten through mid so quickly until the util was already there. He never got contact over at long A either. So he was just left there with his pants down.
Nice!
And then the rest of PRX trying to fight through, but Nats' lurk once again. Just manage. PRX would absolutely be kicking themselves. They can't get through here. Another chance, another A strike, seemingly on the cards.
Little bit of noise made there. Forsaken at the ready, but no noise, no contact from that ramp heaven side, so it does save it. Haunt over the top, cleared out. The rest of the team up towards the ramp. Prowler gives it away. Making a little bit more noise than Patatek. Takes out something once more. Just not been given any opportunity to really find impact in these OT rounds. Consistently dying right off the top.
It's the one player who's played against PRX before.
Jing bounding forward, Nats.
Toxin screen down.
Waiting here, striking, swings in towards heaven. Patman faces back, does manage to find that kill, but now it's a 2v3. Must win for PRX, and Forsaken evens up the odds. Plan to now come through. Camo trying to find
Spike
this
planted.
enemy Omen.
Here.
Forsaken ends up getting tucked back through.
One flash left. Gotta make it a good one.
It's the only bit of util. Aside from Forsaken with 2 teleports. Liquid trying to see if PRX get impatient here. Lobbin on that flash. Not able to find anything. The smoke anticipating. Forsaken fighting one, but cannot get the other. 15 to 13 as the defuse comes in. Team Liquid.
Pretty precarious here on this attacker's side. If that Sova utility isn't really impactful, I can see Team Liquid. Look at this toxic screen out through B main. Maybe get aggressive. Kiko off the rip, a headshot on the Jing.
Doesn't matter if it's the Rays, doesn't matter if it's the Omen. This guy is just on point today. Immediately finding that kill. Forsaken gonna be looking to try to shut him down, but Kiko has other ideas. It's another headshot. Another pickup, another death. There's PRX.
Gun here.
Just slowly marching toward their tournament exit.
Toxins going up.
Barring a turn on the round, still do have these sheriffs in hand. They have their work cut out from Tripwire to go ahead and
Toxin
intercept.
screen down.
Camo in position over at Alley.
He's gonna have a great angle for a relay bolt off that trip.
Gonna have a crossfire set up here with Serial. Looks for the reposition, clears the dart. Gets the ping reveal, a couple shots gonna go flying out as wall gets raised, but very quickly it's being broken down. Lobbin on the shot dart, forces him forward. Limit will be the start. Eventually does manage to find his prize, as that'll be the cleanup coming through. Serial striking, just the one casualty found. Team Liquid 3 for 3 in pistols.
Yeah, I mean, this is devastating. We've seen this a lot here in Toronto, that teams just can't win pistols and can't win maps because of it. And PRX has been struggling in that department since their very first match. Everybody struggled against Gen G, sure. If you're against Team Liquid, you're getting shut out in the pistol round department. These are some of the most important rounds you have in Valorant.
I told you. I
And,
needed
you know,
the
they
shot.
just
No
tried
problem.
to challenge Kiko again, and he's just too hot right now. You know, the confidence still there for PRX, but the mechanics on the side of Team Liquid currently, the momentum on the side of Team Liquid currently, and only a Sheriff bought up by Patman is the only purchase to speak of here, as they're going to try to work the way around the map, try to find some extra orbs potentially, and get on through, if they can, towards A. Look who it is. Kiko at elbow.
Ready, holding on to the Vandal here. Smoke out, glimpse found, but either way, Jing does get whittled away at, down to 52.
For you.
They'd really like to get through and get this plant going. Heal is there from Devi. Smoke is down. He's gonna blast pack through. What
Over the top, and yeah, Batman. Huge shot to be found, but no, just barreling forward into
Back
Patty Tech's
down
open
A.
arms. Eventually does end up falling. Really bolt connects, and Camo gets the cleanup.
It's over.
2 kills found, minor damage
I'm outta
dealt.
here.
Team Liquid start things off 2-0.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, they're just playing bend but don't break there on this hold. With a little bit of extra space. That smoke's blooming. Able to find one, but
One enemy
they
remaining.
come barreling through. Trying to
It's
see if they
over.
can overwhelm that angle. But man, oh man, Patty Tech has been really firm in some of those holds. He has shut down early parts of the round for PRX sometimes just on his own angles that he's taking. Finding tons of value. Nats is even going to scoop up an Odin here?
We're going out.
Oh my god.
Hefty investment in the bonus. One that could certainly pay off. Camo
Listen up.
caught, scraping across the site. Real way of trying to play off that tripwire. In fact, the counter spam in anticipation of the peak does manage to find Serial down to 45.
Here.
Patman on this lurk. May be able to find the timing here if he cuts in towards tiles. Wall now dropping, but it's going to be Patty Tech who actually turns around, finds him with a Bulldog, upgrades to the Vandal. Now we'll look to try to start a flank. The rest of the team pushing forward. Paranoia going to be sent, but cleaned up as they work their way through the one-way. And it's just Kiko to try to see if he can make this a bit more costly, but he cannot. PRX not allowing for a bonus conversion off the rip like we saw on Split. Get themselves on the board.
Yeah, you can see so much of PRX's game plan here is to try to punish these A holds.
Headshot.
And they do a great job on the opener. Finding Camo out in the open
One enemy remaining.
right before they make contact with the trip.
Your tactics failed.
And then Jing gets up on that box. Puts it to good use. Gotta look for some of those cheeky walls as well. You never know where they're gonna boost PRX players into spots you're not ready for with that Sage. This time, Team Liquid, understanding PRX's game plan, gonna make a change. Deep relay bolt dissuades PRX from committing.
Shadows traveling.
I think that's wise. You gotta know there's some kind of layers behind that defensive setup. Right outside of A main. And you're starting to take a little bit of space in the mid, claim a little bit of map control for yourselves.
Here.
As they think about going over towards B, looking for the crosses, seeing if anybody changes sides of the map. They're going to use a smoke there at mid. Patty Tech has to go and check, see what's going on in response, and not much to be seen.
Something sat here. Maybe looking to try to sell a bit of a fake. The rest of the team to try to strike off of.
Deploying drone.
Sends the drone. At the moment, Team Liquid not really biting on this bait.
Shot
Another
that.
peek back in towards mid. Shock darts both going to be committed. Clears out the tripwire. Camo going to be holding close at the ready. Here is Jing. Camo cannot sprint fast enough. He gets taken down. Kiko's still going to be set up here over towards Alley.
30 seconds
Flank
left.
coming through. Patman going to try to hound him down, and he does. Immediately, the spray in towards backside. Fish out
It
Patty
is.
Tech is here we go.
For the exit,
Here.
Boost up over the top. A PRX classic. Something about Sage with this team. They always try to break the maps. Team Liquid going to be going for a save. PRX, flawless fashion, will tie us up at 2-2.
yeah, it's really important for PRX to get a good start here on this attacker's side. Going to be very, very key to their mental stability and to the nature of the map itself.
I said flawless fashion.
Oh, hold on.
They are going on the hunt. They're coming out on top. Lose a player, but take everything out of the hands of Team Liquid. Much better way to go 2-2.
Absolutely worth. Devi is going to have a res as well coming into this next round. Great entry by Jing, great paranoia, and a slow orb to set him up. Very nicely handled. Yep, there you go.
One enemy remaining.
PRX Classico. They're going to find these
No, I
weird
should,
Sage walls.
the left side.
Whether it be just boosting someone up there, TPing on top of it, Jing Blast packing up with it. A lot of different options.
Cover going up.
Guardian for padded tech, Sheriffs otherwise. It's now a mid push out here behind this toxic screen.
4 players working their way across the tiles. They're not gonna spot anything, so should get a read pretty quickly, but do potentially have an opportunity to punish Patman, who is alone on this side of the map, slowly creeping forward. Or maybe he'll be able to find a backstab here. It's all going to come down to these timings. Turned around, faced in towards B main. Noise not yet being made. Reads his position being given. Patman looking like he's not going to be able to find
I'm out of here.
the flank of all flanks. Players clustered up. Smoke going to be cycled in. They're actually going to backpedal a little bit. Now starting to register that there might be a player behind. Weapon drawn out. And Serial hits the headshot. Vandal can be recovered, saved. Recon just hang out into one. Forsaken. He swung into a triple face last map. Doesn't want to do it again. This time is able to go ahead and back away. Vandal potentially here for the catches. Jing gonna go sprinting forward. Doesn't clear the corner though. They will retain their weapons.
I killed them.
Forsaken's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me again, well then it's definitely my fault, but he avoids disaster there. It's PRX, 3 in a row. Finding some momentum, finding their groove. Patty Tech does have a Hunter's Fury. Still sitting on Devi's Resurrection if necessary. Let's see what they want to do off the start. It's been a lot of early A congestion. That's where Team Liquid is going to be lining up the bulk of their forces. Meanwhile, PRX is going to leave something on his own over there.
Revealing.
Has to get out.
Clear the dart. Little backpedal the rest of the team. And they maybe very swiftly themselves in onto this site. Very narrow angle to try to play off of. Serial immediately having to backpedal. Paranoia goes his way, tucks back in towards Boba, joining in alongside Nats. But now, site is opened up here for the taking. Spike coming through.
This is the pit.
They get the wall set up, yeah, here on market. And Patman, like you said, the pit going to be invested immediately. Trying to make this nigh impossible for Team Liquid. Camera frantically just sending out a dart, hoping to find a hit, but comes up shy. Fury now committed to try to flush him out. Patman, he's the first one to fall. Camo's able to find that kill. Attack on a Forsaken, forces him back, and he cannot hold his ground. That finds that. Jing looking for a little bit more, but they're all falling to the wayside as something's the last one standing. There's the blind, there's the shot. And Team Liquid retake into the pit and somehow only lose 1 player.
This is brutal for PRX and a great retake for Team Liquid. Love the Hunter's Fury into that pit. We've got some really good ideas of where they're going to be tucked in. And they're able to punish them so quickly, right? Using that Hunter's Fury as an entry tool. Kind of keep PRX moving, keep them guessing, and flush them into the encroaching Team Liquid members. Beautifully set up, beautifully thought out. Now PRX gonna have to rethink things a bit. Do have the overdrive for Camo.
TP forward into the smoke there at mid. Forsaken. About to be backstabbed here. Nats, he reads it so perfectly. Heard the maneuver. Just managed to find that kill. Turn over the top there at market. Tiny little gap to try to peek through. He will be able to slide forward onto the site. Cam still not going to be cleared. Patman on this linger here at mid. Seeing if he can intercept anybody. Kiko starting to strafe maybe into position here where the punish can be found, but it's going to be the lead-in from Camo, escorting him forward. His teammate clear on the angle. Something now having to hold down market. Gets a timing shot. Go ahead and take out one, but falling to the wayside at the same time. Divine something to try to hold this back. Paranoia crashes across, finding the Sage. Serial swings around. Comes up with that kill and defuse, being held, and something with some swing will be punished. Team Liquid reestablish the lead by 1.
It's getting a little scary for PRX. Starting to fall a little, trying to get a little too tricky, to be honest. You know, with this teleport from Forsaken, you're not fooling Nats. You're not fooling him.
Quiet.
He is one of the smartest players on the planet.
One enemy remaining.
Game sense is incredible, and they still haven't found an opportunity to use the res on some of these holds. They're really just kind of trying to take fights, trying to be proactive on some of these defenses, and Patman is getting just destroyed on these lurks. And you can see that Team Liquid is sensing off that timeout that, you know, what was working early on for PRX was A hits. So let's really overstack that angle. Let's see if we can catch him a bit off guard, but it's actually a mid push here. A quick rotation over by a couple members, and that's sliding through, but PRX was looking for a little bit of a trap at top mid of their own. Nothing doing.
Just gonna say tucked there into the smoke, see if they can find anything with the drone. Recall on the tripwire, very nicely done here from Serial.
Wow.
Keeping that util protected. Paint Shell's gonna make it a little bit more difficult as they do get cleared out. He's still gonna be here at backside though. Put up some damage, but getting ping revealed to Hunter's Fury. He's just completely contained into the corner, and Jing is able to collect. They look for a little bit more. The wall gonna be raised here in their faces. Camo quickly tries to break down one of the segments, and that forces Forsaken to not be able to push forward. Rocket doesn't find the kill, gets a good amount of damage, but Haditech still alive, still able to find some impact here.
Planted.
Spike gets planted. PRX should be favored in this position. Team Liquid are going to look to try to reroute that script, but Camo and Nat swiftly are going to be dealt with here through the smokes.
No chance.
Not able to find one.
Last player standing.
Looking for a little bit more here, and we'll be able to make it still a bit costly as two players die. And PRX, the back of the timeout, tie things up 4-4.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this to me just looks like they're shoring up these post plants, making sure the crossfires are good, making sure everyone knows what their job is here. Nice Hunter's Fury to set up Jing. Showstopper, okay, doesn't get the kill, but you know they're there. You know you backed them off. That's giving you the ability to be ready for that entry. Fast lane goes up, just start spraying through, get a couple kills on the entry. And now things starting to go a little bit more back in PRX's direction after that timeout. Much needed. Still sitting on the res. Have the neural theft and of course Camo's lightning fingers, but until he seemingly wants to go on an eco or finds his moment, hasn't opted to pop him just yet. But Camo's been doing a great job being bait for his team.
Looking for the camera, this time situated just up above. Seems like drone not quite going to spot that out.
He's pushing there.
And yeah, he's pushing in, and now realizes that he is entrenched in a very rough spot. Snakebite to try to flush him out into the open, and it works a treat. Serial able to collect. Hard angles, the crossfire setup is absolutely gorgeous. What a response from Liquid as they once again take the lead.
This is going to be one of the key points of this map for Liquid, is if you deny A to PRX, the only flash they have is Forsaken's Paranoia. That's it. So clearing these corners is going to be an absolute nightmare. I mean, you can do weird stuff like maybe use the wall to block off one side, but they're, you know, it's just infuriating, I'm sure. But you know, PRX just doesn't have great options, you know, unless they can win these early scrums. He's ahead of it.
Managed to find the opening kill. Kiko quickly backpedaling here, sets up a smoke. He's going to be paranoid, tries to close the gap a little bit so he can gain some vision, but Forsaken's still able to find the shots.
One enemy remaining.
Haditech dead on the flank.
Spike drop.
This is going to be Serial slowly making his way through, so PRX looking to match aggression with aggression here. Trade back in the rounds, double face forward. Spray nearly connecting and getting transferred there, but Vi manages to close it out. Keep things very tight-knit, 5-5.
Yeah, this time PRX just disrespects this A hold. They're using that toxic screen. They get ahead of the relay bolt, I think, and whatever else is coming their way, they were just on point as well with the shooting. Just bullying their way forward. That's classic PRX style. Haditech back into another Hunter's Fury though. Devi still no real opportunity to use the res. He's just been sitting on it.
Because he's been so scrappy and fast-paced, no safety. There's a tripwire spotted, cleared. Hunter's Fury gonna be opened up. Patman gets the punish though. He's right here on top of the late lurk. pays off dividends, and he manages to tuck away into the corner, keeps himself alive. Jing at the same time, off screen, going to be taken down as Nats finds that kill. Pit available now for the Viper. It's Forsaken. Just the second spare. Goes for the TP, but it gets canceled, and he's immediately right back into his demise. The wheels coming off a bit here, it would seem. Timing. He has the heal available, would love to get that. Oh, there it is. Okay, finally does go through.
Timing was just off. Needed the other players to already be in position.
All set up. Camo, 20 HP, pops the overdrive, but catches a stray to the skull. Suddenly into a 3v3 we go. Plan to come in, something minding the flank. Is he going to be ready for the second layer? Looks like he won't have to worry about it. Serial is going to be the one to take him out of the equation. Pulls back though, he's worried about a deep wraparound through the backside of the A site.
They don't know where Patman went.
Just sat here, playing in front of the toxic screen. It will fall.
Last player
Devi, it's perfectly poised. Serial clipped there in the skull as Devi cleans up the rest of the round. 6-5, PRX in the lead for the moment. Given the back and forth between these teams, this could absolutely end up being a 6-6 half.
The fact that Patman survived there, absolutely massive. TP play from Forsaken doesn't fool him. Patman comes up with another huge kill, shutting down the overdrive.
Let's go, boys!
And Forsaken trying to get him hyped, trying to get him back into this. They're up 6-5, 7-5 would be fantastic. And Camo a little bit frustrated there. He doesn't have that overdrive for this eco round.
He does not. He does have a Bucky though. And on a Neon, you already say, okay, probably favor you there. Into a pit.
I like those odds.
Can get some, yeah, some work done.
Look at Patman.
He's just sliding forward into this. It's the shock darts, just shy of being able to find that kill. The push forward fight does end up getting him, and Jing's going to be taken down as they get the ping reveal.
Will not kill my ally.
All committed. Trying to go ahead and get the res through. Devi on the counter spam. Finds padded tech as Camo gets the spot out onto one. The Bucky here in their faces, but Devi is doing God's work right now for the team. Gets himself a third. It's just Kiko and Serial now. Arriving to try to retake. Stop PRX from halving the lead at the half. Devi worked lower and lower, down to 25. Rotates back around, and Serial will be noted and dealt with. Kiko with everything to do. 3 players around the corner, all of them very low, but the wide swing will offset. Devi gets a 4K, PRX hits 7 at the half.
Devi struggled on split, but comes up huge here for PRX on the first half of Sunset. 11 kills in total. What an impressive round from the Sage.
Just slingshot his way to the top of the standings across the lobby. 7-5, PRX in the lead at the half, but Pistols have not been kind to them. So Team Liquid certainly are not out of this yet. We'll see you guys on the other side of halftime.
Esports is a $2 billion.
To do the lion's share of their damage, 7-5 on their attack last time they played this map. See how they fare. There's a full kit here for Devi. It's just gonna be the classic in hand.
A couple ghosts otherwise. Forsaken is half armor. Serial under pressure.
Really aggressive paranoia gonna be sent out. Doesn't connect onto the Cypher, but space taken here for PRX.
They're gonna, Team Liquid's gonna take space right back.
Yeah, already Camo arriving here at Boba, misses the timing though. They get the spot out, and as he tries to just send out the relay bolt, Forsaken at range with the classic. Manages to find the kill. Something pretty much back. Jing finding Kiko. Snats able to avoid the dart, but just has one more player to try to make a go of this now by himself. Devi will swoop in from the side. PRX will find their first pistol win here of the series. Stretch that lead by 3 rounds.
Well, we wanted to see it get a bit weird, and this round certainly did. Forsaken there, catching Camo, trying to go for the relay bolt in the air.
One enemy
These are good mechanics. Oh my God, Jing, the fadeaway there. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And they needed that, and that's got them on their feet.
Jing on his feet, not something that we see very often. Minor prayer there from Alex as well. Sheriff in hand for Kiko. PRX not going to be a full commitment here to the purchases. Patman will just have the Ghost. Everybody else, though, decent amount of firepower is Forsaken. Drifting along these walls, and then Jing fills in space from behind. Slide across, something eating an immense amount of damage, but eventually he finds the headshot. So they're going to look this about, I think they'll look this about as flawless as they can. One casualty. PRX overall get themselves a very clean anti-eco.
That's huge for PRX's momentum, for their confidence. That's 5 in a row now. Going back to the other half. It's that crossfire. It's going to be tricky for both teams to deal with it. Liquid does have the addition of the relay bolt to try to clear these angles. But you know, both of them are going to have to find their timings, be really sharp on those entry shots. Team Liquid's turn to try to make a go of that.
They want to fight. They want to try to just get this orb here for Jing. One away from a showstopper now.
And he's got a Phantom. He's one of the ones with a rifle. So certainly doable. They're stacking through mid. They're taking a look. And Team Liquid trying to obscure their numbers.
Shots flying through here, but just a heavy presence in mid. Numbers advantage ends up winning out. Jing dead. Weapon under recovered from Forsaken off screen. He pinches it from behind, works his way across towards Tiles, tucks into the corner, and he's out to Camo!
Remaining. Spike down mid.
No idea what hit him. Death from behind is Serial. Can barely even exit B main. PRX coming alive as they convert the bonus. And they double the round count of Team Liquid.
He lurks and they're just not ready for it. They have no idea. And then he TPs into the corner after getting stunned by the relay bolt. Camo, no clue until it's too late. Unbelievable.
Last player standing.
He TP'd past the tripwire initially so that he didn't reveal his presence. And that is going to bring out an immediate timeout from Team Liquid after, and it's just these boys here. Now they're going to try to maybe go for a little bit of a high-low setup. Just really want to shut down these mid plays for Team Liquid, force them into the extremities of the map. Spam through, and there's not much resistance that's going to be put up at the front of B.
I'm out of here.
Patman's there, but not a lot he can do here.
Wall goes down, but yeah, Paranoia going to be sent. Just has to play back. Stinger's on the opposite side.
Spike planted.
Will prove deadly at this range. TP forward. He go not getting the read, and Patman, he can't see him. It doesn't even matter. His mind's eye opens. He massacres them here, denying any opportunity for the half buy to find purchase.
Flawless.
I was like, man, this might be a little tricky for PRX. You know, they've got Stingers, they're getting into the post plant. No, forget it.
Spike planted.
The Batman makes his presence known. Just insane stuff.
Spike planted.
Incredible. And just TPs right into it, trying to catch him a bit off guard. He's maybe hoping he had fallen a little further back.
The train might have been derailed with Sliggy's grand betrayal in this series, but there's plenty of room in the Patmobile.
That's right.
Pull in. Make it look like a clown car.
That's right. That thing usually holds two.
Forsaken pushing forward into the smoke once again. It goes on red. Camo able to fight back for one.
One enemy
Straight here
remaining.
onto the Omen, but they are just losing on all fronts.
This is, oh, okay, Nats. Good for him to kill on the Divide. He's got Jing.
Nats, you don't want to poke and prod at this sleeping giant for too long. Something does put him back to bed.
Match point.
It's PRX storming their way to map point as they look to take this the distance over to Lotus.
One enemy remaining.
Classic PRX. Just go for the scraps, go for the plays, go for the confidence. They're going to get the op for Divide here. Another option that they will run sometimes when something is on the initiators. Jing having another stellar map. Divide. Impact found so many different ways. Now let's see if he can get it done with the op. Yep, he can.
And he can. Looks for the readjust. Downward flick not going to come through. Showstopper. Xing will get sniped out of the sky by Kiko, but still is able to find a kill. 3v3 now.
Take
Spike
flight.
getting scooped up. Drawn from something. Check into mid. Gets a spot on the serial, but doesn't see anyone else. This deep lurk here from Kiko. Might be able to find some value as Forsaken slowly drifting back. Kiko looking to push forward, take some space.
The PRX isn't really reading this. They weren't aware that there were two players tucked behind that wall, so this is going to open up the map for Team Liquid.
It's going to fall on Patman once again.
He was so good last time.
Cutting their way in to the B site. They haven't seen him. They have to suspect that he's going to be the one playing on this side of the map, trying to play around that Viper wall. Serial about to make first contact. He gets dropped. Spike now on the floor. Quick TP over into B main. Patman still going to get flushed out though. Spike has to be scooped up. Hit comes through. That's still needing to recover this, and there's only 20 seconds remaining.
Here.
Small little corner of safety within the pit to try to go for the plant. Otherwise, might have to try to just pass this over to Kiko.
So spammable.
And it is. Forsaken
10 seconds left.
reads it perfectly as something comes in off the flank. 13-5. This series is not done yet. Paper
Lineup. They have so much ability to maneuver on this map with the Waylay, with the Raze, with the Omen. Some really good options, but going up against a team that thrives in chaos in PRX.
I must wait a moment.
Quick clear of the cam there as we get into the map. Push out here for PRX.
Just gonna overwhelm Nats. Strafing through. Some damage eaten there by something. Still able to find the opening kill. Orb available here for the taking. Prowler to try to check forward. Camo doesn't get spotted by it. Added presence still going to be known. Tap on the door does force PRX back in towards the B site. Warning pings down. Bit of a fake there on the TP. Let's get the thorns to pop.
Got one of them. Still another to go. PRX was ready for that C hit. But instead, it's a change in direction through the door towards B. Forsaken doing a little jiggling.
Gonna try to clear him out, but there's the covering fires, the paranoia gets sent. Penny desperately trying to back away, lobs in the paint shells. Spike gets tapped, but something swoops around from upper, finds one. Attack fighting back for a little bit. They are just running them down though. PRX. They get themselves a second pistol win. They take the opening round on Lotus.
Felt a little disjointed here from Team Liquid, and PRX seemingly had a good read that somebody was going to be alone in the pillars area outside of B. And they just overwhelmed Nats. No hope for him there. And the great paranoia from Forsaken, playing that angle so well. Something with the perfect timing. The haunt reveal onto Patty Tech. The chase down by Forsaken. And the outduel of Kiko by Jing. PRX finds another crucial pistol round win. All classics here for Team Liquid. No buy-up to speak of at all. A couple Guardians, a Bulldog, a Stinger, and a Sheriff. And already a kill for Patman. Looking for more. He's got two.
Yeah, entry coming through. Camo does manage to get on top of Patman to find that elimination, but it has just been a firing squad. Opened up here from PRX. In the corner here is Nats. Manages to make it a little bit more costly. 3 players surviving. PRX close out the anti-eco and move up 2-0.
That's A-okay though for PRX. You're able to keep over the 3 big guns that you'd really like to. The Guardians and the Bulldog. Outside of that, let's see what they want to buy up into. Patman holding the line nicely. Something swinging through the door. Like the proactivity here from the Yoru. He's already found a couple opportunistic flanks in the pistol and the follow-up for his team. Now they're just here at A. It's the whole PRX squad.
And it's a hell of a read. Our player set up here as, yep, Refract is going to have to be used immediately. Quick exit, trying to utilize Pen there on the Guardian, but damage not really going to be found. This Forsaken is going to go ahead and slot in right here in front of the door, Judge in hand.
That opens up the map here for PRX to try to cut off some of these other attack vectors. Something going to be trying to hold the line at C.
Point coming in is going to be heard as the
Spike down,
wraparound
B.
comes through there from Patman, but something in the headshot. Pico taken down. Nats trying to fight, but cannot get it done. Judge is going to be left on the floor. Camo able to find that kill, but eats an immense amount of damage. That was going to be routed through Tree, where the wall is set up. It's popped. Quick little last pack forward. Get this plant down ASAP. Lion's share of the work is going to have to be on the shoulders of Penny, you would suspect, given that Camo does just have 17 health remaining. Batman making some noise. Rushing forward, back, turn, the swing, Divide. Able to find one, now it's just Camo. Completely revealed out. And as he swings back in, Defy picks up where he left off on Sunset. A 3K form, Forsaken on his feet, bonus converted.
This is just such a great read off the rip. PRX completely stacking up A to make sure that Rebel control can't be taken so they can set up for this Judge. Even though it doesn't get a kill, a little bit jumpy there by Forsaken. That's okay, that's the info, that's damage done. And that opens up the rest of the map for them to play good defense, hold the line with those Guardians, find those kills, find those trades. And then they're able to make those rotations through and open up the flank angle for Patman. Maybe in the ult department for this round. Just depends if we get there or not. PRX again.
They will
Gonna make a play for a Rebel, but it's looking like more of a B-sided hit where the Vice Wall is.
Rebel control firmly going to be the hands of PRX. Tap of the door. Something looking to contain these players. It's all of Team Liquid. It's pushed up, ready to try to just rush forward into the site. Saturation not going to hit. Goes up the nose of the top. Patman, however, finds the punish before the refract can come through. Penny on the entry. Does get on top of Jing. Utilizes the stinger. Forsaken. Finds the enemy raise. Fully blinded up and paranoid. Swiftly dispatches him. Team Liquid now scrambling a bit. Trying to figure out where they can pivot to.
They're trying to open up the map, trying to create a little bit of confusion. PRX was matching their every step. Now something gonna slide over towards stairs. He's gonna be the first point of contact here against this Team Liquid A push, but the spike's still all the way over at Mound, so this just maybe trying to pull players of PRX away to open up the C site there for Patty Tech to get in.
Sees the cam go off. Swings to the opposite side just in case a pixel would be out of place.
30 seconds left.
The silent swing forward here. Noise made, clears the trip, the reface from Nats, dealt with. Pico now pinned in, flushed out.
You died last. Good
Three
job.
players surviving, PRX, 4-0 to start.
This is a rejuvenated PRX after that win on Sunset. I can see the comms. You can see the way they're maneuvering on the map. It is so much cleaner, so much crisper than what we saw on Split. Good reaction here by Patman, not letting the waylay dash fool him too much. And then they have that Vice Wall to completely stall out the attack. Great paranoia to set Forsaken up for a good kill. Gets away from the Nightfall. Something there. Playing aggressive into that smoke. Sensing they weren't going to make that A hit. He found his timing to clear the trip and go for the kill on the Nat.
Back into the buy, and it looks like PRX is going to look to up the pace. The paranoia going across the hot reveal. The spray coming through, and Jing eventually is able to find it. 3 assists lobbed in. Penny on the floor. No showstopper to be seen here in this round. Team Liquid, though, still staying stacked in position. Paint shell still available. As the C's going to be locked in. Patman finds a headshot, and Jing finds 2. Nothing more to be done than to die. PRX continue on their merry way.
These are incredible reads that we're seeing from PRX. They are just one step ahead of Team Liquid at every twist and turn right now. Beautiful, beautiful utility from Patman. And Haunt is great. The C's follow up to set up the showstopper. Perfect. Perfect. Hard to draw it up any better than that. And that's got Alex pumping his fist. That's exactly what he wants.
Critical ultimates about the cycle in here for Team Liquid, though, are still going to be on a bit of a half investment. Quick little exit. Saturate will connect. We're going to be grabbed here by Patman. It's a quick peek, and Camo dead on the floor. Tech spamming. fish back anything that he could possibly get to find some advantage. The PRX seemingly have every read, and Jing backs away. A rare sight indeed.
He was thinking about it.
Up on top of the tree, finds one. Penny will be
Spike
able to trade it
down
out.
A.
4v2. Just a Guardian and a Singer, and all that the Boombot confirms is yes, they are still on the other side of this smoke. The pinch getting ready to come through from behind. They try to get an angle. Nats cleans up too. Sends that neural theft. Devi immediately going to be backing away. 48 HP.
Well, it is Nats. He has already shown us a couple highlight reel clips for clutches.
It's a flash. Something slows down the approach, waiting for Devi to get a little bit closer. As Nats swings around over towards drop, checks in on that side. Nothing going to be spotted. Has the cam, but doesn't want to set it up and reveal his position. One of the greats. Never make it onto an international stage, looking to try to get this clutch to keep his team in this series, in this map. Swings in, but something is just a little bit faster. Nats cannot work his magic. PRX have the counter curse, and they have a 6-0 lead.
It's just the PRX way there. Just fight, fight, fight for control of the front of A main. This opener from Patman is a belter. Jing keeps pressing, uses that smoke to his advantage. And he's very close to another showstopper. Forsaken there. Okay, they get outdone by Nats. Something crisp at the end, and Liquid already into their second timeout here. 6 rounds in.
The players on their feet, and as you said, the time.
There is something Zalt for a retake if it comes to that, but look at this. It is all 10 players. Here we go.
This is going to be a titanic clash. Ults here on the side of Liquid as the showstopper going to be sent out the blind, connecting. Rocket gets set, but Jing striking, able to find one. Penny trades it back. As we go Waylay for Raze, the Nightfall going forward, gets the tag on to Devi. They're trying to flush him out, he gets the spot. Finishes off the enemy Raze, Kiko able to go ahead and push forward. Taking down Forsaken at the door. Patman trying to play it slow, play it close. Finds the first, nearly has him line up. Something now has arrived. Cage blocks, finds the first, makes it damn close. But Team Liquid will at long last persevere. They get themselves on the board.
But you're kind of okay with that as PRX. You do a ton of damage still. A bunch of ults had to be used. Everything but the convergent paths and Kiko's ult. And you still make it oh so close. If Forsaken could win that battle against Kiko, probably goes the other way. But now, you're going to be facing a similar situation here as Team Liquid with a ton of ults.
You heard it right there from the coach. We're back in the game. Could just be that first step. First of many. Camo at the ready, going to be sending out the convergent paths. Immediately pushing forward. Forward into the smoke. Nothing going to be spotted. How long does he want to stick around?
He's got his ult. Oh
Counter
no!
spray finds the headshot. Something taken down. Nightfall now invested from Patman. Crashes across, connecting on to multiple players. Devi will go ahead and equalize the player count, but Kiko trades it back into the favor. Jing, however, another showstopper built up. Sends it! Gets rewarded with 2 once more! As Paddington cannot get the clutch started. PRX not looking to give any breathing room here to Team Liquid. They establish a lead at the half at the very least. It's now just a question of how big it is.
And I want you to look at the scoreboard here if you get a chance, folks at home. Jing, yes, on top with the frag, but look at Patman. He nails a beautiful Nightfall here. He has 11 assists on this map in 8 rounds. His fade play right now is fueling PRX.
The Dimensional Drift still online. Early tag damage here. Forsaken had revealed the Odin in the previous round. He's looking to be as big of a pain in the neck as he possibly can be. He has already helped to tear them asunder. Something, however, going to be taken down. Camo winning the duel at range with the Sheriff. Still snappy with the shots here.
Do have the tripwire to account for this lurk. A pause. Forsaken still gets a kill.
Just spammed out. Jing blast packs over the top of it. Seems like it was heard. There's not much that they can do. They're trying to dissuade as Patman is also there. The cleanup comes in. The pain continues. 8-1.
It's every round on their feet for PRX. There's nothing but confidence right now. They are just so dialed in, making the right decisions at the right time. Forsaken doing a great job here. Jing pressing the advantage. Just when Team Liquid thinks they're safe, Patman strikes from behind. You want to brawl? You want to run double duelist against PRX? They're down.
Well, Jing clearly not getting the memo on that entry from Camo. Forsaken does manage to find a bit of revenge. TP into the back here from Kiko, but it's not going to mean very much. Finds the first kill, but Forsaken has just already massacred the entire rest of his team.
Spikes down.
Cover going out.
Pick up the Own and try to counter spam out, but they're more than ready for that. As Liquid can just not catch a break. From this point, Kiko would love to try to save the weapon, but has to suspect that he's going to be surrounded pretty much on all sides. We'll confirm his position. TP in the smoke, pushes out. He will get taken down, makes a solid go of it to be able to find the second elimination, but it is far from a round win.
Just in cruise control. Forsaken with this Odin. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my word. Oh, Nas just walks into it.
One enemy remaining.
They're just watching Forsaken mow him down. Something still has the dimensional drift. Hasn't really had an opportunity to use it because the rounds are basically over in the first 10 seconds.
Unless he's there for the initial contact.
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten much to do. Onto the, over the top, no spot out there. Fract used from Camo.
Checking to see if Patman was waiting around the corner there. They're actually stacking behind the wall.
Blind is dead.
Top of the door, Penny out into the open. Devi able to collect. Two players trying to stay tucked into this cyber cage, but it's not going to last very long. Flash out off the clone. Devi with another 3K. Camo, the only one left alive, and he cannot nail the targets. 4 for Devi, 10 for PRX. Looking unbelievably dominant as we go into the last round of this half.
This is absolutely just a massacre.
One enemy remaining.
They are swarming. Anytime they make contact with Team Liquid, they are taking the fight, and they are coming from a bunch of different angles. They are swarming Team Liquid whenever they have the opportunity. They're trying to get in their heads, trying to let them know. Team Liquid has 4 Guardians and a Hero Vandal.
I think they have long since been in their heads here.
We found one.
Couple ultimates dangerously close to being online here for Team Liquid.
I have the spike.
So look to try to get themselves at least a 10-2. Spot out, Forsaken backpedaling. Tries to cycle another smoke. It's a tiny little gap left in this one. Clear out, push forward. Camo able to find the headshot. Eats a decent amount of damage, but still comes away with the kill. Convergent paths at the ready.
I'll handle this.
Thinks better of it. Waits for a little bit longer now, sends it out. Jing gonna be taken down. Dimensional drip, scouting them forward. It's gonna bounce up from Penny as Devi hits the transfer. Steel guarded, now gonna be invested, the Nightfall's out. Nats is able to find one, but something cleans it up. 2v2 without their weapons, as something hits the sun swing, as Patty takes position is known. Full HP, looking for the headshots, spots out the Devi, the flash flying, and once again, something escorts them forward. 11-1 at the half. PRX on the cusp of playoffs.
The train has not left the station in Toronto yet, folks. Oh my.
It is still very much here. Team Liquid need to pull off the miracle to end all miracles to run this back. Otherwise, we will be seeing PRX in the playoffs. We'll take a quick break and see you on the other side of halftime.
Wait, chill. Come to me.
Of the tournament.
They are just 2 away from delivering what I think would be the third 13-1 scoreline of the tournament.
That is a head scratcher. The fact that that could be true. All right, well, it's a 5-man push. There's a weird cheeky camera cleared by Jing. Trip right at the front door. Orb grabbed. PRX is just barreling in.
Tripwire caught there from the clone. Kiko finding a nice headshot. Is able to take down Patman. Eats a bit of damage, but that's going to be felt. Kiko still breathing, still staying alive. Jing able to find 2. So they both have to go their separate ways. Turns back! Finds the hit on the divide and get the 4K. And Patatek comes to the rescue. Team Liquid, they will maintain a lead here in pistols, 4-2 in that regard, as they find their second round win.
God, that was nasty. Kiko just gets a little bit of help from some friends too along the way.
Okay.
That one is
Just off of audio.
That is crazy. At 4 HP here, you know, the PRX players are busy trying to clear out the encroaching players, and they never deal with them. Yeah, that's...
Hell of a way to start off the second half.
Couple
More
sheriffs.
investment here.
Yeah, a couple sheriffs, though, for PRX.
Oh, certainly a chance to do some damage. Push forward, tap of the door, trying to see if they get any response here. Cam is situated up and above for Nats.
Checking for some of that Cypher util. Just trying to clear out whatever they can, but Camera's going to be in a position where you're going to need a deeper smoke from PRX if you can figure out it's there to clear it safely. 2-2-1. PRX thinking about B. There's that trip. Jing could get over it, but he's got a sheriff in hand. Oh, he doesn't have any blast packs. Never mind.
Spam from Penny. Rewarded with a kill. The peek from Patatek, absolutely monstrous.
Spike down B.
Levi able to find 1. Pain Shell not quite getting the full deep bounce that they were looking for to finish the job, but Penny's Guardian will certainly suffice. 3K for him to try to catch up towards that showstopper. Team Liquid cleanly close out the anti-eco.
Okay. It's a start for Liquid. An insane comeback.
Enemy.
Don't want to give them too much energy here. PRX. The bonus would be massive. Yeah, just 1 round at a time. Absolutely. Has to be the mindset. I think PRX is just going to send it into B here.
Rip and tear.
Well, judge in hand here for Jing. Just going to look for an explosive entry. Tripwire cleared. Player going to be noted there. And upper Patatek going to be forced away. Jing sitting over towards door. Boombot does get some damage, but how are you meant to push into this?
Enemy remaining.
They all fall to the wayside as a bonus conversion. Looks like it is not on the cards. Team Liquid are tied to the train track, and there is no masked hero on horseback coming to save them. This Patman will rotate around to put Nats down. Match point locked in for PRX.
I mean, they just had a plan. It's just clear the trip and then let Jing do his thing. They love these judges.
1 enemy
They
remaining.
put him to such good use. Team Liquid caught sleeping outside of that door. They're just not quite ready for Jing to be there. It's one of those things about PRX. They're so fast, and now Jing is a showstopper already. And they are looking to line up over towards C, apparently.
Just the Marshal in half armor here for Patatek. Shots are gonna have to be insane, but instantly the push at C is swept aside. Camo able to find 1, a backstab getting ready to come through over here at B main. Penny getting the read, turns, finds it, clears it out. Showstopper value not gonna be found. As the plant comes in, Jing down to 36 health. Forsaken catching a glimpse. Able to see Patty there as the shots go whizzing past.
Where are you?
Paranoia expended. Jing wrapping around the back, looking to try to get this kill.
player standing.
Hasn't cleared him. Notes him
One
now.
enemy remaining.
Finds a shot, another paint shell, gonna be built up. The Prowler doesn't note him somehow. This might lead Patek to think that he reroute, but no, the Jiggle Peak does spot him out, and he will find the headshot to keep Team Liquid in this game.
Oh boy, this one, I think a 3v5 at some point for Team Liquid. Hard to say with how fast those kills come
Off the
through.
rip.
Yeah, off the rip there. They're still able to fight back. Goodness, something. What a flick. Or Forsaken, excuse me. Unbelievable. And it looked like maybe, but that angle by Camo not dealt with fast enough. Penny there. Just Forsaken trying to get away from PattyTech. Now you're onto a bit of a weaker buy for PRX. 4 rifles, a Sheriff. Have a showstopper now for Penny. And 1 away from a Convergence path and a Nightfall. On the side of Team Liquid.
Very good retake tools. So just a little bit of a util dump. Jing, dead. Camo, he's swung all the way out!
Remaining.
And he's absolutely
Spike
massacred
down,
them!
attacker spawn.
Back in a flash.
He's gonna go dashing forward. He wants this ace. Divide to try and deny it away. We'll be able to do so, but my goodness, Camo. What a round to so quickly shut things down and keep PRX still
Ultimate is ready.
away from the playoffs.
Enemy
Just
remaining.
anticipating
Spike
the rotate there from PRX, and they are not ready for it at all. And by the time they are, he's already scoped in. He's got the heads on lock. And he's ripping them off. All right. Starting to get it going. Still hanging on to a couple of those ults. Still 1 away from a Nightfall. PRX getting close to a Nightfall and a Steel Garden of their own.
A rare double Bucky round here for PRX.
Cover going out.
Brothers in arms here, it would seem. Jing bouncing forward, dealt with immediately as the headshot comes in. Penny not wanting to take any chances. Sends it with a showstopper. Able to find a kill off the back of that one. Something, a nice Sheriff shot. Finds a tiny bit of value. Widely, Team Liquid
remaining.
can just go ahead and overwhelm, conquer these players. As Nats will eventually be able to find the target. Patman going to be taken down. Some decent damage dealt. But PRX still not getting the victory. 6 more chances. Team Liquid are building momentum, and Alex has had enough. A timeout's going to be called.
Yep, this is absolutely the right call here by Alex. You know, PRX was happy to just try to take this game into their own hands. The reveal right as Jing was bouncing in. The timing. That's here.
I mean, what
With the
can
gun
I do?
advantage?
What can I say?
But yeah,
Shit out like GG.
All right.
maybe just spread the map a little bit. I wouldn't mind see them playing a little bit of ISO at the start. You know, they've been hot with the rifles. There is an op for PattyTech. So, something to consider here. So he's going to be holding that stairs angle. Doesn't convert.
Here's it immediately, though, as he takes a shot over at something. Now they know that it's in play. Batman just poking and prodding, trying to see if he can find anything. Smoke out, trying to force PattyTech off the angle. Will be able to do so. He's going to reroute. Spike, however, starting to be brought forward in towards B.
Yeah, they're trying to sell a fake at A, and it's seemingly working. Team Liquid has bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Face your fear.
Still going to be nearby enough that they can quickly try to get on top of this one, but Jing goes flying into upper, finds a kill. Convergent paths now about to be sent. Forsaken teleporting his way out to safety, arrives now back over at Rubble, but something's got caught up. That gives a player advantage now to the side of Team Liquid. PRX certainly not out of this yet. Forsaken just got to re-wrap through the baby door. Cut noise. Try to instill some doubt here. Smoke cycled onto upper once again. Basically tell the story. Spike gets planted. Team Liquid sending 3. Down towards Forsaken here. He's going to be caught in transit, and he cannot escape.
Be right back.
Camo with another massive multi-kill round. 3 at the moment. Potentially be on for the ace.
Player
Flash
standing.
out, Divide, only going to be good for 1. It's another 4K. Camo gets the ace! And Team Liquid continue to run this back. The timeout not resulting in the conclusion of this series.
That Waylay ult so impactful in this round. It forced PRX off this comfortable plant.
Slow down.
And then Camo just is electric. He's deleting him. He is having one heck of a map here now. They have got to find a way to stop this momentum that Team Liquid is building. They've got 3 stingers, a sheriff, and a rifle for PRX. You've got a Nightfall, you've got a Neural Theft.
3
deal with.
ultimates still available for Liquid.
Yep. We got 2 here for PRX.
Forsaken making some noise. Plays off the back of that Prowler and does put Penny down to 12 HP, but Camo unscouted. Going to look to try to swing out, but won't be able to get the catch this time unless they get rerouted out of A, but they're not encountering any pressure here.
I'm not going to be ready for how fast he's lurking.
Let's continue to push forward, but yeah, no tripwires obviously with his setup here as Devi about to be knifes out, dead to rights. Camo finds the kill. Everybody from Liquid now getting clustered up, ready to potentially go for a flood. Retake as Jing's head going to be spotted. TP up and over the top, the slide down. Jing does find one, but Penny with that paint shell, able to go ahead and trade it out. Taking a different one, Nats trading it back. Patman flushed out of drop. The spike still not planted now. Dead at drop. This is again going to be some damage. The round win is not there. There's nothing fake about this. Team Liquid, they are continuing. 5 rounds consecutively. And Alex, I guess be wondering when do I pull the trigger on that second timeout?
I think maybe you give him one more chance here with the ultimates in cycle. Got 3 big ones available for PRX. But now Team Liquid is just matching PRX's intensity, matching their pace, matching their movements. So you just have to find that explosive moment here for PRX. And they've got a wide open A site if they can suss this out.
Time to jump.
TP forward, something slides in along the door. Dimensional drift at the ready, sends it. We'll see that this is completely opened up here for the moment. Early paranoia going to be sent there from Kiko. Not really going to dissuade too much. Zioro is able to clear things for them. Penny up over the top, Patatek on the jiggle peek, the spray, not quite connecting. Showstopper, getting 7, Jing immediately shut down, Penny on top of the box! Finds both Forsaken and Jing!
Portal closed.
The wheels continuing to come off here, as Patman is only able to find one before getting taken down. It's all on Devi. Too many targets. All lined up, all pushing forward, looking to try to hunt him down. Finds the first. Can they allow him to divide and conquer? The defuse is being held and Kiko's got the kill. Team Liquid, unthinkably, are 3 rounds away from taking this into another overtime.
This is madness. Team Liquid is full steam ahead right now. They're on a train of their own. And the destination, they want it to be playoffs. Just crazy stuff from them. They shut down the ult. They're just not ready for the player to be blast packed up on top of the box.
Nice, Eric. Yo, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, you got to take another time out here as PRX. Got to figure this out.
Builds up for a showstopper. PRX in all likelihood maybe expecting to have the strats from the timeout call be implemented into the next round, but that doesn't work. We're looking at Team Liquid 1 away from an OT. Right now, the tenacity that's being put on display by this EMEA squad is absolutely astounding to behold. The peek out, the kill found. Patman dead off the rip. Door being watched. Tap of the spike, repivot into the B side, but players very much nearby. Jing trying to close the gap. Paranoia, however, is a little bit too late. Ends up getting taken down. Penny here around the corner, spots him, and something's just dead. He's just standing there, offering himself up, and Penny says, yes, thank you very much. Devi once again to try to see if he can get it done. Finds the one, but nothing more. Team Liquid, here at 10.
Is the unthinkable going to happen? 2 more rounds for Team Liquid. And it's going to be OT.
It's only
It didn't.
in the bonus for PRX in this second half. Something trying to go for the setup, but somehow getting lost in the sauce, not realizing just how close Penny was going to be.
He should have heard the blast pack. Not sure what was going on. Maybe too much comms, maybe too much chatter.
Virgin Path's at the ready here. Just gonna be clear on the tripwire for now. Flash out, nothing spotted. I'll let this fully rotate and close, and Camo just inching wider and wider on the peak. Finds the kill. This Boombot getting some value. Reposition from Forsaken, TP's out. The opposite side as the Convergent Paths does get invested. Swings in, finds one, tries to get the lineup there on the Penny, but cannot make it happen. He stays alive, maintains the player advantage for Team Liquid. Go, reposition. Clear on the haunt from Nats. Disguises this. And ultimately, it seems like PRX are going to be pushing into the site. The Prowler is not going to check the angle. As something, he's looking up, he's looking for the camera! Hadman tucked in behind the box.
30 seconds left.
PRX. I think they have to just call to save these two weapons. There's not much more to be done, but Penny wants to take it out of their hands.
They're aware this time of that negative space they've given up. They're going to hold the line right outside of C. Penny,
10
though,
seconds
on
left.
the hunt. Absolutely should be.
8 rounds in a row, 10 in the half. Team Liquid are 1 round away from doing the unthinkable. 1 more to take this into overtime.
I mean, this is just stunning. And think about the comps that these two teams are running. They're both running double duelists, and neither of them can play an attack side. Absolutely insane.
We've lost the match. We've lost the match.
It's not over yet, but Alex is frustrated. You have a Nightfall to work with. It's gonna need Patman to come up huge with that util again.
Just can't believe how this has gotten away from them. Nightfall across, able to find 2, TP into the corner here from Forsaken. Does manage to complete the ultimate safely. Follows the trail, looks for Nats, is able to flush him out. Feels like the first advantage that PRX has been able to find for themselves in quite some time. Sees nade combo gonna be sent. Prevents the plant from coming through. They still have not gotten this fight down, and something ends up getting picked off.
Here.
Came out good for the kill. The haunt cleared out as Forsaken turns. He gets distracted and picked apart. Some shots in, a tag out. Camo still alive, still standing, still fighting. Team Liquid have completed the run back.
Switching sides.
12 to 12. We get OT once more.
You've never seen anything like it at the global stage. The comeback, the unthinkable happens.
Enemy remaining.
And Team Liquid
Down. C.
has found another life, has found another chance. And PRX has thrown away what seemed like an unlosable match. It seemed like it was their game to take.
And they are immediately going into this overtime with a timeout call. Before we see
Played out. And a chance here to do the unthinkable. Can they get it done? They've ran it back so far.
Odin in play here for Forsaken. Team Liquid looking very well aware of this and now having their suspicions confirmed as Prowler's is going to be exchanged here outside of B. Sees nade at the ready. One goes before the other, however. Catch not to come through.
Bring them
Hadman
down.
tucked into the corner. Clears this out, but now he's very much stuck in position.
Team Liquid being very cautious.
That's inching forward and immediately finding the headshot. Saturation not going to connect there on the Jing as he's able to trade one back. Camo going to be dead. Nats does get taken to 35. Thorns immediately popped. The wall still here on the C site. A double entry across this one, and Patty wins the duel against Devi. Blind out something. Managing to find 2 quick kills as Penny and Kiko both going to be taken down. Forsaken arriving with the Yodin.
Last player standing.
Is now going to be playing all alone. Nightfall at the ready. As he will have his suspicions confirmed. Forsaken has repositioned.
Planted.
But to where?
It's a guessing game. He's just rapping all the way through. He knows he can come back and play this angle.
No smoke for 15 seconds, but a safe defuse spot here for Forsaken. Drifts out, shot, flying, had to take down the 10. Goes for the fight, and Forsaken will bail them out. He's on his feet before he even gets the defuse out. The PRX, once again, with match point in their control.
Oh man, something was struggling on the defender side for PRX, but he comes up with 2 huge kills here. Catches Kiko trying to ride the wall. And he makes him have a bit of a fall. Man, Patty, frustration being shown, slamming the desk. Had an opportunity.
Can't fault him for it at all.
No.
To get this close and then have PRX take the opening round after you've committed your timeout. It's brutal, but if it's anything like we got on Split, may just have some resets.
This is something remembering that Patty Tech was playing that stairs angle, trying to see if he could catch him with a spam. Patty Tech not really bothered too much there. Shift back over into A. Just an orb grab here for PRX. Looking to see if they can maybe get Jing a couple kills and get him a showstopper to lock this series out.
Camo tucked in. Just separated. With a thin door between them. As Penny not scouted. Do get the clear on the tripwire. A re-wrap here from Patman to join in with the rest of the team who are committing into the A site.
Rip and tear.
Camo backing away. Thorn set up at the base of the stairs. PRX. Does it all end here? Or does Team Liquid take us the distance and then some? Everyone in position, drop down into the site. Some spam across, takes them low. 97 HP between Patatech and Camo. If something holds back here. The paint shells buy some time. The push is coming in. Forsaken collecting 2. Devi finding another. Nats has fallen, and it's all on Kiko's shoulders. The 1v3 not to be found.
Attackers.
Close but no cigar. PRX